Whatcom is a perfect place to get your feet wet. I think whether you're coming right out of high school and you're not sure what you want to study, I think it's great for a returning student who might be afraid that they have lacked skills. I feel like it's a good transition place, and I believe, honestly, that the professors and the other students here, everyone wants you to succeed.
It's very much like a family, the environment here at Whatcom. Everyone's extremely personable, approachable, and all here to accomplish the same thing. The instructors are here to provide us with a really great foundation to move on to whatever career path it is that we choose, and the students are here to work hard and learn hard.
Class sizes in the CIS program and generally for all of Whatcom are typically pretty small, around 24 students per class. It allows us to get more one-on-one time with the students, allows us to help them and dedicate more time so we can actually have that sort of one-on-one interaction with our students.
Whatcom Community College offers all these wonderful opportunities for us to get engaged. Their classes are rigorous and demand a lot from you. They're really challenging. In order to succeed, you have to push yourself.
We want our students to be successful, and that's very important. So no matter what a student's goal is, educational or training goal is, we want to be able to help them determine that goal and to help them meet it as well.
Instructors are very willing to help you out, and they just genuinely care for you and all of your success as well. I feel very comfortable being able to involve myself with many activities here on campus.
I'd recommend Whatcom Community College because there's a lot of flexibility in the types of degrees that you can get. You can get a transfer degree and move on to a four-year institution and pursue a further education that way, as well as there's a lot of different direct workforce degree paths that you can take, like cybersecurity and nursing and lots of other degree paths that you could go straight into the workforce for as well. So I think there's just a lot of opportunities.
I chose Whatcom not just because of its education, but also because of its wonderful location. You can go hiking, you can go skiing at Mount Baker, you can go kayaking at awesome lakes, and they can just hang out with friends at parks or just downtown.
At Whatcom we have such a variety of students from different backgrounds, their experiences, their stories. It just enriches the classroom as well as my life personally because I get to learn a lot about them, and it's just a beautiful, fun place to work.
Whatcom really is the next best step for students, and I am very proud and pleased to be a part of that and to help make that happen for students.
Hi, my name is Curry.
Hi, my name is JJ Lee from Korea.
Hi, I'm Nana Okamura. I'm from Japan.
I come from Hong Kong.
I'm studying business.
Majoring in art history.
I'm studying graphic design at Whatcom Community College.
Welcome to Whatcom Community College. My name is Kelly Kester. I'm the Director of International Programs. International students choose to go to Whatcom Community College because of its location.
Bellingham is nature.
There are many cafes, shopping mall, park, and there's a lot of music playing, like live music playing at the cafes.
Bellingham is a really nice small town that's located between two big cities, Vancouver and Seattle. And it's also located in the mountains and on the ocean, which makes it a really beautiful place to go to school.
Whatcom Community College located in a really convenient area.
Whatcom Community College campus is really nice.
I think Whatcom is a really modern building. Whatcom has a really modern building. I transferred from different college, and this college is newer and cleaner.
We have brand new buildings, we have state-of-the-art facilities, great technology.
There's a water fountain in the middle of the campus, and you can go there, hang out with your friends, and on the bench you can talk to your friends and you can do your homework. It's a really nice place.
It's a really great place for students to study, but also just to hang out on the campus.
International program staff, they're really awesome, just great. They're like my parents, like my father and mother.
International students at Whatcom Community College get support from the time that they arrive at Whatcom to the point when they graduate through their entire education.
I'm majoring in graphic design, so I wanted to get a job as a graphic designer.
We offer comprehensive advising for international students, from housing assistance to immigration advising to personal advising.
My advisor helped me to decide either I wanted to transfer or I wanted to work.
International program staff helped me to plan out my career goal and figure out what I want to do after graduating community college.
The University Transfer Program allows students to study for their first 2 years at Whatcom and then transfer to great universities.
After completing my studies at Whatcom, I will transfer to University of Washington and will get a bachelor degree in business.
I really like the international program staff because they actually cared about us. They're not just working for us.
What really makes Whatcom Community College unique is the wide variety of great academic programs that are available to students.
I am in the Associate in Art and Science program at Whatcom Community College, majoring in studio art. I think Whatcom Community College is a really comfortable place to study because people are really friendly, instructors are really good, and people cares about international students.
The instructors at Whatcom Community College, they are really helpful. They usually come to ask me if I understood their classes or if I understood the homework that I have to do.
I'm taking graphic design classes and my instructors are really nice. When I have problems, I just go talk to them and they're so helpful.
Students from all over the world study in our English as a Second Language program, and they study in classes that typically have about 5 students or less.
There are about 15 to 35 students in my class at Whatcom, and I think it's pretty small, and I always have a chance to interact with my instructors.
Another difference of our program is the variety of students. We typically have about 100 international students studying from about 30 different countries.
Through the international program, I got to meet a lot of friends from all over the world.
I have friends come from Japan, Taiwan, Korea, France, and Holland.
I will keep in touch with friends, especially from Iran, Hong Kong, and from Japan.
Kenya, Switzerland, France, Japan, China, Peru, Colombia. There are just so many.
Another unique feature of Whatcom's international programs is the ability for international students to get to know American students.
Well, I join many activities at Whatcom Community College. They are not just international students involved. There are also many U.S. students will be there, and I have a lot of chance to talk to them and hang out with them through the program.
I also made a lot of American friends in classroom. Classmates, they helped me a lot to do my work and to tell me what the homework is. They're just great, and then sometimes we hang out, having party, go bowling.
Through our International Friendship Club, international students are able to meet American students through all the great activities that we offer.
The international office has really cool activities like going to minors game, going to Victoria trip, or rafting and skiing. It's really cool. I often go there to just have fun with friends.
I've been to river rafting through the international program. It was so much fun and a little bit scary. With my friends, it was really fun, and we watched the eagle.
I went to the Victoria Island. I saw a whale on a ferry.
I was involved in student government, which was really cool. I met a lot of great people, a lot of intelligent people. I learned a lot from that, leadership, how to speak in front of people. It was just great, and they were really friendly. I would like to tell the students who are thinking to come here, don't be shy to talk to other people. It's really important to learn English. You shouldn't be shy. Just go to friends and talk in English.
My advice for students are just to come here. It's a really nice school and just have fun with it. And people are really nice, so don't hesitate to talk to people.
At Whatcom Community College, there are nice people and a comfortable environment and safe campus. I would definitely choose Whatcom Community College.
4 different reasons that students choose to come to study at our college. On this slide, you can see some information about our university transfer program, like I was mentioning. Now, if you look at this slide, you're going to see students holding up the banners or the pennants from the different universities where they transferred after they graduated from Whatcom. Now, of course, everything that's happening at Whatcom Community College right now is online. We actually have about 150 students right now who are studying all over the world. Some are in Bellingham, the city where we're located, but many of them are also located in cities around the world right now. But for the students who are getting started online and then who will eventually come to study at Whatcom, Bellingham is a very safe, it's a very beautiful, and it's just a very nice place to live. Here's a picture of our staff. Here's another reason why students choose to come to study at Whatcom. So you can see all these people who work in our international programs office. It's their only job to work with international students. So I think that has a direct effect in terms of how students are able to be successful at our college and then transfer to some of those top universities. Right now, we have about 4,000 American students who study at our college, and about 250 of those students are international students when we get back to our classes starting in fall. Your work. And we're a public college, so we're funded by the state of Washington. I think one of the top reasons that students are interested in studying at a community college, and I think parents are probably as appreciative about this as anybody, and that's that it's a much better tuition cost. So we'll take a look here. You can see this is a comparative chart that shows the different costs for tuition, and it's only the tuition alone. This doesn't include books or living costs or anything like that. So you can see for Whatcom Community College, about 1 year. 1 year is about $10,000 US. Western Washington University, that's a university that's in our same city in Bellingham. We'll take a look at some pictures of Western in just a minute too. Washington State University, the University of Washington, and the famous UCLA, you can see the costs of tuition are very high. That being said, the classes that you take at Whatcom Community College will transfer to all of those universities. So it's a really good value. So let's talk more about that university transfer. And again, this is what we do best. So about 90% of all of our students at Whatcom Community College will go on to transfer to university. Now that's a very, very high number compared to many community colleges. So when you look at this slide, you can see just a list of some of the universities, and it's not even all of the universities. It's just some of the universities where our students have been accepted in the last few years. So again, some of the top universities in the United States, if you see Berkeley and UCLA, University of Michigan, University of Texas, Purdue. We had a student accepted to Smith College this year. So students can go to private universities or they can go to public universities. Some of our students will actually finish 2 years at Whatcom, and then they'll transfer to universities in Canada as well. And so every year we have some students who will transfer to the University of British Columbia in Vancouver or McGill or others. So what can you study at Whatcom? Well, because we're the first 2 years of that bachelor's degree, students can study almost any program. But the top programs and the most popular programs students will study are business, or the different derivations of business like accounting or finance. A lot of science too, science and technology, engineering, mathematics fields. Engineering and computer science are two very strong fields. Many of our students who are interested in going into something related to computer science will go to the University of Washington. It's a very famous school because there are programs that are funded by some pretty famous companies like Microsoft and a variety of other tech companies, Amazon as well. Engineering is really strong, mathematics, communications. Anyway, if you are considering coming, or your son or daughter are considering coming to Whatcom and you don't see the major listed, don't worry, we probably offer it. So this is just an example. Another thing I should mention about our classes right now is that all of our online instruction is asynchronous. What that means is that it's taught in a time in a way that you do not have to actually attend classes. So we use a platform called Canvas, which means that students can study at their own pace. Now, there are assignments that you have to turn in at certain times, but being in a different time zone does not prevent you from taking any of our classes. So one other thing about our classes and the online environment, and that's Whatcom was the first school in Washington state to go completely online. And we may have been, and I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, but our vice president claimed that we may have been the first school in the United States to go entirely online when the pandemic became an obvious threat. Bellingham, we'll just talk a little bit about our location, because again, the first time that students will probably be coming to our school would probably be in winter 2021. But this gives you a good sense of what you get when you come to our town. So Bellingham, we're located in the state of Washington, way up here in the northwest corner, not Washington, D.C. over here. Sometimes there's some confusion about that. And within Washington state, we're located about an hour and a half to the north of Seattle. So we're actually not in Seattle. We're our own separate town, and there's actually quite a bit of distance between us and Seattle if you're driving. And then to Vancouver, it's about 1 hour away. But Bellingham, of course, beautiful place to live. It's on the ocean and it's in the mountains. That's our downtown area. And it's a place where I have 2 children, raised 2 sons. They're both in high school now. And during any given day, I can let them run around town and not have too much worry about where they're at. I think one of the keys concerns for parents about studying in the U.S. is safety, of course. And I feel like Bellingham is one of these places that is a great place to have a family. It's a place where we don't have to worry as much about crime, and it's just a nice place to live. So particularly this time of the year. So we really are a college town. We have about 100,000 people who live in our town, and of those, about 20,000 are students. So about 20% of our entire population are students. So it's a very safe, very nice, interesting place to live. Yeah, we're located in the Cordata shopping district. So you can see Whatcom is located up here. And within about 10 minutes walk, you can be at a big shopping mall, about 60 different restaurants, hotels. So you can see we're really in a bigger shopping district. It's very easy to get around our town. Our biggest bus station in the city is called Cordata Station. It's actually located just right across the street from our college. We have an airport and we have a train system. When students register at our college, they get a free bus pass. And so it's very convenient and easy to get around our town. Yeah, here's our shopping mall just about 10 minutes away. Restaurants are very close to our campus as well. All these different kinds of food, these different restaurants are located just within walking distance. So it's very convenient. I'll just flip through some pictures of our campus. We already saw a lot of these buildings in the video that we watched earlier, but we're very proud of our campus. It's very beautiful. It's pretty new. Our college is about 52 years old, but most of our buildings have been built within the last 20 or 25 years. And as I go through, nice theater, we have a great art studio, and 2 new facilities that are coming on board right now. And so if you can see this is our residence hall. That actually just opened this week. And so we're at a little less capacity than we expected at this time. So we actually have just a few people who are living in our residence hall that's opened up right now. And we probably are only going to get to about 50% capacity for the fall quarter. And that's for students who are already here in the United States. So, but in January, when we're welcoming students for face-to-face learning at Whatcom, this brand new residence hall, it's beautiful. It's right across the street. It's going to be ready for students when they come. We also built a brand new library, and it's also a tutoring center and has a cafe, and it's actually the biggest building on our campus. So our campus is really looking beautiful right now. And I think whatever your perception of a community college is, I think coming to see Whatcom's campus would break any sort of stereotype about facilities. I think we have as nice or nicer facilities than many private universities. The weather, if you come to study at Whatcom later, you'll find that in the wintertime, every once in a while it will snow, not very often, but even if we get just a small bit of snow in the wintertime, it doesn't last long, maybe only a day or two. And often if we get a little bit of snow, everything's closed. And in the wintertime, it can get down to 0, but that's very, very rare. So we say bring an umbrella in the wintertime, but in the summertime, it's really comfortable. Now I'll talk a little bit about that student support. Going back to that idea about the university transfer program, the reason we have students that are so successful is, well, students come, and of course, the goal of all these people in our staff, it's our only objective to help students to be successful, and only international students. So we don't work with any American students. So we have many, many support services for our students. We have a homestay program in addition to our on-campus housing. That university transfer advising is really strong. Of course, when students come, we do about a week-long orientation for students, and we do a free airport pickup when students will fly into Bellingham or Seattle. And again, LITS will help with all of that, but we're looking forward to getting back to face-to-face classes as well, so that we can engage in that week-long orientation that helps us to get to know students. Our advisors do all kinds of things throughout the year to help students. They'll do all kinds of workshops around cultural adjustment. They'll make sure that visa compliance, immigration compliance is well understood by students. We have personal support, so we have counseling, or even if a student is homesick or they're having some trouble with food or things like that, we're going to help them with that. The academic navigation of picking the exact right classes is something that we're very good at. And of course, that all culminates in going to these top universities. So we'll help students along the way. In fact, many universities will even come to our college throughout the year to meet with our students, and they'll make kind of personalized presentations to our students. And so that's, again, a big part of what we do. Every year we take our students to what we call the Greater Seattle International Transfer Fair. So universities from around the country will come to a giant fair. Usually it's about 150 to 200 universities will come and table, and we'll bring our students in a bus down to that fair so that they can meet with students. And then all the way along the path, when students are studying at Whatcom, we have different presentations, individual meetings, and things like that, so that we can help students step by step to be able to transfer to those top universities. And again, that list of universities where our students transfer, I think, tells the story. Yeah. And so, again, housing, two different options. We have our homestay program, and then we have the new residence hall. And so we're excited about that, like I mentioned. And then lastly, I'd just like to talk a little bit about some of our activities that we do for students. So the United States has many different great parts of the country where you could choose to live and study for a couple of years. But Washington is one of the fastest growing, and I think that's for a reason. A big part of that is because we have so many things that you can do. So Seattle is about an hour and a half away. On the weekends, we'll often take our students down there during the first couple quarters that they're studying at Whatcom, so that they can see how to get down to Seattle and they can go there themselves. We like to do shopping trips to our outlet malls. Maybe if you're a more adventuresome outdoor person, we have great skiing and snowboarding and kayaking, whitewater rafting. We make a lot of trips to different universities, like the University of Washington, to go see some football games and things like that. And now this is important. Let's go back just one second. The costs. And so I envision there's many parents that are with us looking at this presentation. And so the total costs that you'll see for 1 year is about $20,000. And so tuition is about $10,000. Living expenses, that's an estimate for homestay. If you're living in our on-campus residence, it's going to be a little bit higher than that. Insurance, and then the estimate for books. And so you can see, I'd say between $20,000 and $22,000 is probably a pretty good estimate for what it costs to study at Whatcom for 1 year. And again, compared to many universities, that's a real value. We do have some scholarships for students. For new students, we have some small scholarships. And then once students have started at Whatcom for year 2, they're able to apply for scholarships during year 1. The scholarships are generally only about maybe 20% scholarships at maximum. But again, when you compare the tuition price to university tuition, it's a good value. I won't go too much into the application requirements because, again, LITS USA, they are experts and they're going to help you with all of those details when you apply. So that is, I know, a very quick overview of Whatcom Community College. I hope you learned something about it between that presentation and the very nice video that we saw earlier.